Y'all, real estate is such an expensive career. Like, granted, we make a lot of money, but fuck, every time I log into my HAR or my MLS shit, I have something to fucking pay. Like, Jesus Christ. If you're thinking about becoming a realtor, I'm not telling you not to do it. Do it. The money's great. Lifestyle's great. You get to do whatever the fuck you want, really. But, oh my God. They charge you for fucking breathing their air.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
I remember back when life was normal, I had a 2-bedroom apartment that I paid $534 a month for. When I tell you every single bill I had, why the police just pull up beside me? Ugh. Anyway, every single bill I had, I paid 2 weeks early. Every single time because I was working on building my credit. Now, all the bills that have late fees I pay on time. The ones that I don't, sometimes I pay them late just because I just want to enjoy seeing a little money in my bank account. Just for a little while. Just for a little while.
I don't know if it's just me, but this is a random car thought I had. I don't care how much money I'm gonna make unless it's like multi-millions. I am never gonna spend money on the shit that doesn't matter. Like, I'm sorry, but I do not care if I'm sitting first class, economy, last row. Literally, it like does not matter to me. It does not make a difference. I just sat in the last row on my plane from California, and guess what? It was fire. Like a $10,000 purse, absolutely not. Never. If I want it, I'll buy the damn knockoff, because like, why would you waste your money on that? Like, honest to God, I feel like I was just raised in such a saving mindset. Like, I don't care how much money I have. No matter where I go, like, I'm gonna save money. I'm gonna like ball on a budget. Like, I don't need to be spending unnecessary money. Being said, I will buy a nice car. I will buy a nice apartment. I'll splurge on some hotels and food. But like that little stuff that like doesn't matter, I just genuinely don't think I can ever understand. Like, I'm trying to think of other stupid shit that I wouldn't spend money on, but I feel like you guys get the point. Like, you can be a baddie, you can be a rich bitch and still save money and still, like, spend your money smartly. Is that even a word?
I am not the person to call if you want somebody to, like, influence you to get something. I am going to make you feel like you don't need nothing. Like, put it back. My friend called me one day and she was like, she bought this new purse from Louis Vuitton. And I told her, okay, send me a picture of the purse. Like, I want to see it, girl. What'd you get? Y'all, she should not have sent me the picture of that purse. Because when I tell you, I talked about her like a dog. Like a dog. Like, girl, if you don't take that ugly... Girl. And I'm really big on, like, how much did it cost? Because, like, sometimes, you know, people are allowed to like what they like. And, like, even if it's not something that you necessarily would like, that's how I kind of, like, decide whether or not I'm going to dog walk you or not when I talk about your product. But, like, she told me how much she paid for the bag. I was like, girl, are you dumb? Don't PMO. Do not PMO.
You know what's growth, or maybe just maturity? Once I started making more money, I feel like I started being more cautious about what I spend. Like, I feel like I'm more frugal now that I make more money, but I mean, that's good because I don't know if I'm scared to lose it. Like, I just want to hold it tight or what it is. But I swear, when I didn't have as much money, like, I would just spend my money like it was nothing. Like,
I'm going to be a Karen real quick. I'm going to bitch and I'm going to complain real quick, but it's on my mind, so I'm just going to go off. Are my kids just completely destructive and insane, or are the quality of toys literally complete shit? And they're like nice, expensive, like familiar brand toys, yet they literally suck and they're not worth the money that they charge at all. The pieces are constantly falling off. I have to keep putting them on. Like, honestly, I'm about to just glue everything together. I got my youngest a stroller, and the seams are literally, like, coming apart. Like, it's not even holding up anymore for the doll to sit in. It just falls straight through because the seams are literally shredding. The shit ain't cheap, but the quality is cheap as shit, and it's really annoying because they're, like... I'm trying to give them nice toys, and they're just falling apart. And the amount of times that I have to fix their little, like, Barbie castle princess things, like, is really fucking annoying. It's like they're playing with it for 5 minutes and the pieces are coming off. Sorry for the rant. It's just really annoying. Maybe my kids are just extra destructive. I don't know. I just feel like the quality, for the money that I'm spending, I feel like the quality should be way better. And I don't ever remember toys, like when I was younger, falling apart that much or that easily. I had toys that I literally had for like years that were still in good shape. And these toys don't even last a few weeks.
Is anyone like me and you just don't know where your money ends up going half of the time? Because I just did my like monthly what I like spend for the month of February, because I'm trying to like be more conscious about how much I'm spending in a month, and I spent 10K. And here's the thing, I swear I did not go anywhere this month. Like, I was indoors most of the time. I don't remember going out to big parties. I don't drink, so I didn't go to a bar. And I didn't get robbed, so... And I don't think I did major shopping either. And it's like this like every month. I always like wonder like where my money ends up going, because like, you know, this month 10K is a little bit extreme, but I mean most month I spend like 5K, and I'm like, how did I spend 5K? I genuinely do not know. But yeah, it's becoming a very big problem.
I just bought gas, had to get detergent, had to get paper towel, and all of these necessities. My problem is spending money on necessities, it hurts. Not only does it hurt my bank account, it hurts me. Because I would rather be spending my money on unnecessary things. And that's just my dilemma. I feel this way so deeply. Like, I get so mad when I have to buy toothpaste, and I'm like, ugh, I could be buying a new shirt right now. I could be buying a new pair of shoes. I could be a hot girl. I could be doing this and that and this and that. But no, I have to get toothpaste. What is going on in this world? And the economy, like, it didn't bother me before, but now that everything is becoming so expensive, I'm like, toothpaste is equivalent to boba. And boba now is like, the price of boba now is not what the price of boba was before. Okay, now I'm ranting, but it's just like, it's not adding up. And I would rather spend my money on unnecessary things that like I can, you know, experiences like a concert, or just even like things that make me happy but aren't necessities. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. So I just had to pay a ticket. First off, it was a bullshit ticket, okay? Everybody says that, but this was a bullshit ticket, okay? It's not that I did not stop at the stop sign. I didn't stop long enough at the stop sign, okay? On a three-way stop with no traffic. And a right-hand turn. No traffic, three-way stop. I was turning right and I stopped. I didn't stop long. He didn't feel it was an adequate enough time for me to assess whether the zero traffic would have been a danger. Mind you, this happened the day my dad had his heart attack last month, or at the end of January. It's taken this long to get this settled. Anyway, his solution, his helpful solution to this problem of being given a $270 ticket is, I qualify, since I'm such a good driver, for the online take the safety course discount thing, right? What this is supposed to do in taking the course is to negate the record of the ticket being given, so it doesn't increase my insurance, or so it doesn't show up on my driver's history. Fine, great, whatever. And it's supposed to be cheaper. Awesome. Thanks much, dude. Really appreciate it. Don't have time for this shit. If I deny this particular gracious offer, then the court can just deny my argument and stick me with the ticket and double my fee, and it goes on my record and blah, blah, blah. It's a racket. It's an absolute racket. It's bribery to get me to pay for this class online. And this traffic safety training course was 100% geared to 15-year-olds who have never driven before. It was absolutely moronic. Pages and pages of statistics you didn't even have to know. And a test, which I kid you not, had questions like true or false. The sole function of the driver is to drive the vehicle. Turns out the fee for this online ticket course thing
plus the court fees for having to file this process is the same cost as the fucking ticket would have been to start with, by like $30. Like, it saved me $30 whole dollars, 2 months of my life, 6 hours in this bullshit training course for a ticket I shouldn't have gotten.
Baby, my granny one line when she said, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Nearly 20 weeks ago, I got my son his first car, 2004 black Mazda, black exterior, black interior. He loves the car, right? Within 7 days of having purchased that car, we have to get the battery replaced. And when we get the battery replaced, we get a full diagnostic, make sure there's nothing else wrong with the car. And of course, they're like, you need an oil change too. But other than that, the car seems fine for how old it is and how many miles it has. So I'm like, great, let's get the oil change. $200+ later, like, car's driving fine, son's happy. Great. It's up for yesterday. As I'm sitting here in my home on this very blue velvet couch, minding my own business, my son calls me in the afternoon and says, you got to come get us. Something's wrong with the car. And I'm like, huh? And he proceeds to describe to me what happened. And let me just tell you what happened, okay? So what happened was yesterday morning when my son was on his way to drop his sister off at middle school, he sees something in the road. I'm not sure if it was an animal stick or what. He has not clarified that, but he sees something, attempts to dodge that something, and in his attempt, he ends up hitting a very large pothole that he did not see, okay? When he hits the pothole, he hears a concerning sound, and the car starts making noise, but the car is still driving fine, and there's no lights on or anything, so he's like, it's fine. He drops his sister off school. He makes his way to high school, parks the car, goes through his school day. He gets out of school, he gets in his car, still no lights, and it's no longer making the weird noise, and it's driving fine. So he's like, yeah, everything's good. He makes it to his sister's school. He picks her up as they're on their way home in the midst of a turn to head in the direction of our house. The car starts making the weird noise again. Shortly later, it starts smoking, and then it starts decelerating, right? This all happens within a few minutes of each other. Not very long time stretched between them. Luckily, there was a Hoover City police officer who kind of witnessed most of this. And so when my son gets stuck in the middle of the road, the police officer pulls over behind him, turns on his light, starts directing traffic. My son calls me. He's telling me what's going on. The police officer is giving me directions to call, giving me directions to come and get my son and my daughter. And the officer's like, do you want me to call a tow truck or do you have roadside assistance? I'm like, I have roadside assistance. He's like, okay. He's like, well, sometimes they like to take their time to tell them, there's an officer here directing traffic that should get them to move faster. I'm like, great. So I hang up on my son, call roadside assistance real quick, tell them where they are, tell them, hey, there's an officer here directing traffic. They're like, great, we can be there in 20 minutes. I'm like, perfect. It's going to take me about 20 minutes to get to them anyways, because after school traffic. So I finally make it to the scene, get my son, get my daughter, make sure my son leaves his car key with the car, roll up the windows, all that good stuff, whole thing. And so my son's the car. So the police officer's like, yeah, his transmission fluid, it leaked out. And he starts showing me in the road where his transmission fluid is, right? And he's like, I tried to take a peek on there, see if I can see anything. All I can see is like the rest of the fluid dripping out. But he told me what happened, and it sounds like, either the transmission slipped or he cracked it or something. And I was like, great, that sounds expensive. Thank you so much for staying with them. I appreciate that. He was like, yeah, no problem. I was like, I guess I'll just hang out until the, tow truck comes. He was like, no, you don't have to do that. Just give me your number. I'll let you know when they come, and I'll hang out here until the tow truck arrives. And I was like, well, thank you. I appreciate it. So that's what we do. Go on about my way. Well, fast forward today. As I'm searching, trying to figure out where to get this car towed to, because right now it's towed to my house and in my driveway. I'm like, I need to find a shop to get it towed to. And that's when I was like, you know what? I have comprehensive coverage. I should see if this counts under comprehensive coverage. So I filed a claim, and obviously I got to wait for them to contact me about this claim and let me know, 1, is it covered, and 2, where I need to take the car. But here's my biggest concern, right? It's a 2004 Mazda. So if the cost to repair the transmission is more than the value of the car, they're going to total it, which means that we will have to go through the ordeal of trying to find this boy another car after struggling for several weeks to find this car. And of course, this is all happening the same week that I have to pay on our mortgage, because we got to keep the roof over our head and pay all other bills, as well as it's his sister's 14th birthday. And she wants to do expensive things for that, because her birthday is at the end of the week. And oh, did I forget to mention, not only is it her 14th birthday, but she's got a doctor's appointment coming up this week as well. So you know how that goes, right? And then our dog, who has an ear infection, has to go to the vet for a follow-up. So, that's costly as well. And I have a follow-up for my bum knee that is becoming more and more of a bum as the day goes by. Ortho appointments. Those can get pricey as well. And I'm just like, at this point, I'm going to have to get a nice pedicure and start selling feet pic on OnlyFans or something, because what is happening? No one told me that adulting was so expensive. And at this point, I would like to cancel my subscription. Thank you.
When it rains, it pours. A lot of stuff in life happens in threes. So either 3 bad things or 3 good things. But it always happens in threes, So if things are bad, they are really bad. And if things are good, they're really good. Yeah.
Can someone tell me why LA is so fucking out of touch? My boyfriend and I are trying to move. Our cap is $5,000, which is basically a mortgage payment. I don't even know if I want to own a home. I would just like a little bit extra room. If we find something that we like, it's in a really shitty part of the neighborhood. Or if we do find something that we're like, oh, okay, this is in our price range, which by the way, $5,000 is a lot of money to pay to rent something that you don't even own. And then we find something and then it doesn't have a yard for my dog, or it doesn't have a garage. And it's like, these are like, everybody should have a yard. Everybody should have a garage. And you want me to pay $6,500 for something that doesn't have black mold in it? I mean, LA is just like, I don't even know how people live here. It's insane how expensive everything.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's continue the video.
I'm about to go on a little bit of a rant right now. So just bear with me or scroll. So I have been a manager for a corporate wireless company, a large one, for quite a bit of time. I've worked for the company for 8 years almost, and I'm very thankful for the job. I'm not complaining about my job or my company whatsoever. If you had told me a few years ago, and this is not me bragging by any means, I've worked very hard to move up within the company, and it's not like I'm making like crazy absurd money, but I make a good living. If you had told me a few years ago that I'd be making what I make now, and I would still have to get a side job, I would have laughed at you. I'd be like, no, once I'm making that amount of money, I'll be cool. I won't need anything else. Well, the cost of living is insane. And granted, I have 3 kids. I'm a single mom. I don't have any help for, my bills or anything. So like, yes, that plays into it. A lot of people live in 2-income households, and they're still struggling, just like I am. And I'm not, too proud to admit that. I literally am starting a side cleaning business. This is the first house that I'm doing, and I'm actually excited about it because I don't mind cleaning. I do it all day, every day at my own house anyways. And, I can just pop my headphones in, listen to music, and, turn my brain off and just clean. My normal, full-time job is not one where I can just turn my brain off. So it doesn't bother me. But I'm spending my off day today, my only off day without kids, because they're at their dad's, working another job. That's insane. That's just crazy. I mean, I don't know how some people are getting by. I'm barely getting by. The cost of groceries, the cost of rent, or just buying a house now, gas, literally everything. I feel like I walk outside and $100 just flies out of my bank account without me even doing anything. It's a little depressing. But I am very excited that this cleaning business is, kind of getting off the ground. It's something that I've thought about for a while, and, maybe it'll turn into something. But right now it's just an extra thing I can do on my off days to try to be a little more comfortable. But anyways, that's my rant. Hope you're all having a wonderful Friday. I'm gonna go
clean this house for a few hours, and then probably come home and read a book.
Nah, but G shit though, have y'all thought about how different our parents' lives were from ours? Like, yes, okay, yeah, no shit, they were two different people. But like, bro, if you make $100K a year now, bro, you can barely afford a house. I want to move to Florida. I'm looking at some of these houses. They have like houses this size of my fucking apartment for damn near $500,000. $500,000 fucking dollars. Bro, for $500,000 fucking dollars. And a 2-bedroom house the size of my apartment, I should be living on the fucking coast of Hawaii for $500,000. If you make $100K in 2024, realistically, you're probably making like $50,000. I go to the grocery store, I buy 6 items, $50 fucking dollars. And I gotta go to the grocery store every fucking day almost. I'm basically paying as much in groceries as much as somebody would pay for a car payment back in the day. America.
I feel like I made more money when I was like 22, 23, 24 than I have when I'm 27. Everything is so expensive. It is so expensive just to live, just to be living in this life. I like strongly need to like consider getting a roommate because I can't afford to live on my own. And I like living on my own. When I was living in Mankato working my first job, I quite literally had so much more money because the rent was like only like $700 versus like the $1,500 I pay now. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't like that nice of an apartment. I had money, things to do, a little bit of financial security. 27? No. And it only gets worse because when you move to big, metropolitan area, the rent is astronomically expensive. Astronomically expensive. It takes up half my paycheck, and I see people all the time on here saying the same stuff. Like, we're all just struggling to live. That's not what life's about. I don't think it is. Oh my God. It's like really bad when you see videos of like 40-year-olds being like, I had to move in with a roommate because I couldn't afford to live on my own in this economy. Inflation sucks. Prices are like crazy high right now. And I know what people think, well, you make TikToks so you make money. You would think, no. You have to be a minute long and go super viral. Like, super viral. TikTok hates me, so that doesn't ever happen. Gotta go in and spend more money I don't have. I need to get things I need to live. Anyways, please blow this up so I can make money. I'm serious. I don't know what the F to do at this point.
I got 24 items at Sam's Club. $307 fucking dollars. Like, what? It should not be this expensive to live. I will say it a million times. The food we spend our money on is complete fucking garbage. The shit we have to buy just to survive, like, it blows my mind how expensive things are, and it makes me want to have a panic attack, honestly, just knowing how much money we spend on groceries and necessities. And with the holidays and everything, gifts for kids, gifts for family, like, just take me out.
So I'm just gonna rant about how fucking expensive life is. You know, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would be making what I'm making right now and contemplating getting a second job to make ends meet, have a little bit of extra money, you know, not living paycheck to paycheck, because everything, fucking everything, is so high. I mean, I'm lucky with my job that I can commute. I work for the city and I'm not required to live in that city, because if I was, the minimum I would be paying in rent would be $1,000, and that's nothing's included. It's in a sketchy ass neighborhood. Are you kidding me? No. If I wanted something decent in an okay neighborhood, that's $1,500, $1,800. No, I'll keep my little apartment here. And again, I've lucked out here because they've only raised my rent like $200. So I'm very, very thankful for that. I ended up having to get a new car. Was not a planned thing. I think getting a brand new car is like the worst investment you can possibly get, because it depreciates so much when you drive it off the lot. So I had every intention on getting a used car. Well, the interest rates for used car were a little high. It was like 8%. I'm like, oh no, no, I've got really good credit. No. So if I wanted the 2.9% financing, I had to get a new car. So my car payment is actually cheaper for the new car than it would have been for the used car. How does it make sense? And I mean, this is the most I've ever paid for a car. This is the highest car payment I've ever had in my life. It stressed me out. And the finance lady, bless her heart, she was trying to make me feel a little bit better. You know, she could tell that I was feeling a little sick to my stomach. You know, she was like, you know, the average car payment is $765 a month. Oh my fucking God. You know, she's like, and you wouldn't believe how many people come in here and they have a 30% interest rate. A what? 30 fucking percent. Like, I think that's the max they can charge you. No, I couldn't even imagine that. And, you know, of course, gas is always lingering right around $4. Always. It's been like that for, you know, a year and a half. You know, it's been like $3.89, $3.99, $4.10. You know, up and down, you know, 10 cents, 20 cents, whatever. You know, it's like $50 to fill my car every week. My gas will last me all week. And I literally just drive to and from work. That's it. And then of course there's groceries. Well, if that just isn't the biggest fucking kick in the ass, I don't know what is. Average $300. You know, every week and a half. You get like 10 bags of groceries. You know, you bring it all in, you set it down, and you just look at it and be like, that's what I get for fucking $300. And heaven forbid you have to buy your big ticket items like your toilet paper, your paper towels, trash bags, laundry detergent. And you're looking at like $400. Seriously? And the thing of it is, I've worked 2 jobs for years. That was my life. I worked 70, 80-hour weeks for years. You know, I would take naps basically. I didn't have days off. You know, I was exhausted all the time. But that's what I had to do to make ends meet. But you know what? Those 2 jobs, I still had more money then, making half what I make now. Because things were not this freaking high. And I was so tired. I'm just fucking exhausted. Like, life isn't fun anymore. Like, you can't go take a vacation, you know, you can't take a weekend getaway because it's too fucking expensive. You know? I'm just over it. I'm so fucking over it. And I wish I could see, like, the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it's gonna get better. It has to get better. I just don't see it ever getting better. I don't see it. You know, I see people, you know, on TikTok, you know, packing up all their stuff and, you know, moving someplace across the world. And I'm thinking, you know, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I like to travel. I can go travel a few places and find someplace I can call home. Yeah. Because, I mean, to be honest, I don't recognize the United States. This is not the place I grew up in. You know, we have this huge, massive, you know, illegal immigrants, you know, in these sanctuary cities, you know, that are just overrunning those cities. And I'm sorry, but that's terrifying. I'm just watching those videos and I'm horrified. You know, I just, you know, it just absolutely is the most terrifying thing for me. Like, I can't believe that this is the world that we live in right now. I don't know. I don't know who else is tired, but I am really fucking tired. I don't know. I'm just ranting.
We have so many issues in the States. So many. Like, other people are experiencing the exact same things. But I think it is a bit harder over here. Just overwhelming at this point, you know. All of those issues she spoke on are facts. They're 100% true. And I agree with her. We have a lot of issues in the States and we have a lot of work to do in the next 4 years and beyond.
This is about to be controversial. Let's talk about why Americans are so poor. Number one, a lot of us live in really high cost of living areas where we're paying out 30 to 50 and beyond % of our income on rent, on our after-tax income. Two, a lot of us have shopping addictions, like online shopping addictions, where we just think of something, look it up, buy it, as well as $100 or more of other stuff we did not need. This marketing was just too good, it got us. Number three is nobody knows how to use their credit cards. People will rack up debt on their credit cards in America and then not pay them off. So something that costs $50, people are paying over $100 for that same thing after they wait a couple months at 25% APR. Lastly, we're all undereducated on financial literacy. It's really difficult to grow your wealth if you don't even understand the basics of personal finance. So let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments. And of course, follow for more personal finance hot takes.
Life is expensive as fuck. As fuck. Rent's high. Gas high. Food high. Utilities high. Don't get on me on that electric bill. High as fuck, and I barely keep the lights on. Don't even think you're gonna get girl maintenance, because guess what? Braids, $400. Lashes, $200. Nails, $100. Wax, $100. I'm tired. Everything is high. High. Why? What? Why? Why is America so fucking expensive to live in? Then don't even get on trying to buy a home. Hi. This is what I was born for? I was born to pay all this high ass shit? God, send me the money, cause the bills is due now. I got dreams. I want to do shit. Like, I am tired. I'm tired. Let me know what I gotta do. Tell me what y'all doing to survive out here. Cause I'm tired.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.